Okay, so hi everyone. I think I'm audible and visible. Hello, sir. Radhe Krishna. Okay, Radhe Krishna. Good evening, everyone, and those who have joined from outside. So, good morning and good afternoon to them. Because in their time zone, it must be good afternoon or good morning. Okay, hi everyone. So we'll start in some time. Yeah, we'll start in some time. So just wait for 2 3 minutes. In 2 3 minutes, we are going to start. So hope everything is fine. Hope all of you have enjoyed your festive season. Yeah, festivals. यस सर चाय चल रही है. हाँ इवनिंग टाइम है, क्लास लेना है तो चाय देन क्लास. Okay, we'll start in some time, guys. Just wait. Is today third class? Yeah, it's third class. So technically, it's a second class, you can say, because first was a induction session, second was a system setup session, and then today we are going to start with the programming. Not at all, Rumi. It's fine. Yeah, you can just ping me directly. Like you can ping me over a DM. Not over a DM. Yeah, ping me. Okay, DM me. That's a correct one. Okay, shall we start, guys? Everyone? Yeah, shall we start? So, guys, in a chat, yes, no, don't know anything. Yeah. Okay, so please be active. Open up your laptop. We are going to do a programming. We are going to start with the programming now. Yeah. So let me share my screen. And last week, I believe I was talking about basically system setup. So this week, we are going to start with the programming. So just open up your VS Code. I believe we all have done a setup of an VS Code. Those who have not done that, it's completely fine. You can go ahead with the Google Colab. So where you don't have to do any kind of a setup and still you will be able to do a programming over there. Yeah. Those who have not done that, those who have done a VS Code setup, so go with the VS Code. I believe we all know how to create a IPYNB file. Technically, it's a Jupyter notebook file, and I believe we all know how to create a .py file as well, Python file as well. So here, let me create a folder for your batch, and here, so I'm going to write like a AI/ML uh, class. Fine. So this is a folder. Let me close all of these things. And here I'm going to create a new file. So today is basically 5th of October. So 5th October Python underscore basic.ipynb. Same file will be shared inside your dashboard as well. Fine. So whatever code I'm going to write, so same thing I'm going to upload along with the recording inside your dashboard. Okay. So done, guys, everyone. Are we able to create a file? Everyone, IPYNB file, are we able to create? Yes, I think we all have done that in our previous session itself. Okay, so once we are able to create a IPYNB file, so maybe we can try to select a kernel. So the Python environment that we have already created, and after kernel selection, so we can go ahead with the coding. So I believe my screen font size is okay with all of you. It's clearly visible to all of you, right? Everyone, a font size of my screen. So let's suppose if I'm going to type something, so I believe it's visible to all of us, right? Increase. So if you have joined through a mobile phone, then obviously there will be an issue. Okay. Now, so here, guys, first of all, we all know that Python is a programming language, right? And we can do anything with respect to a programming. Along with that, so inside a Python, you will be able to find out many libraries, not just one. So you will be able to find out many libraries. Libraries in terms of processing of files, libraries in terms of creating a APIs, libraries in terms of creating a front end, libraries in terms of creating a game, libraries in terms of processing a huge amount of data, library in terms of creating a neural network. So there are thousands of library you will be able to find out, not just thousands, tens of thousands of libraries you will be able to find out inside a Python. But here in our initial classes, so we are not going to talk about any libraries, we are going to talk about a basic Python. So where we will try to learn that how Python programming language basically works, how basically code works, and to understand that part, right? To understand that particular part. So we are going to start with the basic, a very, very basic, right? I'm assuming that none of us in my class is aware about a Python. Now, keeping that in mind, I'm going to start this session. So here, we try to create a variable. We try to create a variable in all the programming languages. So for example, if I'm writing a is equal to 10, let's suppose if I'm writing a is equal to 10, yeah. Now, so what is a, by the way? So a is nothing but a variable, right? What happened? My kernel is giving me issue. It requires ipynb kernel. So let me install it. Still crashing, not an issue. I'll change my kernel itself. Yeah. Fine. So here, when I say that a is equal to 10, now what is the meaning of this a is equal to 10 in terms of Python programming language? So a is equal to 10 simply means that a is a variable. Variable means a name, right? A name. See, the first thing that we have to understand that why we are trying to even create a variable. So whenever we are trying to write a program, so technically what we are trying to achieve, so we are trying to process some sort of a data, right? So whenever we are going to write going forward a function or maybe a classes, at the end of the day, we are going to process a data. We are going to process a logic. So even inside a logic, obviously there will be a data, right? We are going to do the comparison and then we are going to process it. So technically this is something that we all are going to do. Now here, when I say a is equals to 10, so a is nothing but a variable inside a Python. And when I say 10, so I'm saying that 10 is a value which I'm trying to store inside this variable a. Now, when I talk about this a is equal to 10 and 10 is what? What kind of a data we are trying to store? So 10 is basically a integer kind of a data we are trying to store inside a. Now, how it is going to behave internally means how it is going to store this information. So you can say that it is going to create this kind of a bucket, and here it is going to store 10, right? It is going to store 10, and it is going to refer this variable 10 is a, right? So this is how this will be stored internally inside a memory, because at the end of the day, it is going to store everything inside a memory. Now again, if I'll talk about a memory, there will be two kind of a memory. So one is a main memory and one is a persistent memory, or you can say a disk memory. So in general, whenever we are going to create a variable, so this will be stored inside a main memory. So as long as this Jupyter notebook is alive, this variable will be there. If I'm going to change my kernel or if I'm going to restart my system, this variable will be gone. Means this data inside a memory will be gone automatically. It will call a garbage collection and it will be gone by default. Yeah. And then again, I'll have to execute it. So unless and until I'm not executing a is equal to 10 again, it will not be able to understand. So technically, I'm trying to store a data. Now, this is how Python is going to work. In other programming language, for example, if I'm going to talk about Java. So in Java, whenever you are going to create a variable, so you are going to define first of all that what kind of a data you are going to store, and then you are going to give a variable name, and then you are going to give a data. Or in most of the programming languages, you will be able to find out that they are going to follow this kind of a nomenclature. Basically, they are going to follow this kind of a nomenclature. And but in Python, so Python is basically a self-typed programming language. So a lot of things you don't have to even write, Python will be able to understand automatically. So this is what is going to happen over here. So when I say a is equal to 10, Python will be able to understand automatically that I'm trying to create a variable with name a, and inside that I'm trying to store a data as an integer. And what is the value of this data? Value of this data is equals to 10. So technically, this is what and this is how I will be able to create a variable inside a Python. Now, when we talk about creating a variable inside a Python, so we can try to create not just one kind of a variable inside the Python. So I can try to create multiple different kind of a variable inside the Python. So here, let's suppose I'm going to say a is equal to 10. I have executed it. That's okay. Now, whenever I would like to call a, whenever I would like to get this value is equals to 10, I can get it, right? As of now, we are storing 10 or maybe my name, maybe your name, but going forward, we are going to bring a data. We are going to read a data, maybe from some file, and then we are going to store those data. Then we are going to write some logic. Then we will try to process a data, which will be available inside a variable. Because to process anything inside your system, your data should be available inside your RAM, technically inside a main memory. And this is where variable comes into a picture. Like I said, that Python is a self-typed programming language, means it will be able to understand a lot of things by default. For example, I have already mentioned that it will be able to understand that, okay, what kind of a data I'm trying to store inside this particular variable, how I will be able to check. So there is a inbuilt function you will be able to find out called as type. This is the inbuilt function. I'm not writing it, I'm not creating it. So this is the inbuilt function which is already available. And here, if I'm going to write type of a, so what it is giving me, it is giving me type of a variable is basically integer variable. In other programming language, you have to define. In Python programming language, you don't have to define. It's completely fine. Just give a name and then try to store a data inside a variable. I can try to write my name over here, SUDH, and then I can try to store any kind of a data. That's completely fine, right? I can try to maybe like take a name of G1, and then I am writing key one. It should be G1 from your batch. And I can try to store some data, and that's completely fine. So whenever I'm going to call G1, right, whenever I'm going to call G1, I will be able to get this data. Whenever I'm going to call Sudhanshu SUDH, I will be able to get this data. Simple, right? Simple. Like I said, so as of now, I'm trying to store a very simple data, which is an integer. But going forward, I will try to store what? I will try to store basically a files and a lot of data, which I'm going to read out from a different system as we will progress inside the class. Okay, that's cool. Now, so integer is one type of the data that you all will be able to find out. Now, what are the other data type? So for example, if I'm writing b is equals to 34.5657, yeah, 34.5657. Now execute. B is also a variable. Inside B, I'm trying to store data. This data looks a little bit different, right? If I'll try to check what is a type of this B data. So what is our data type, by the way? Floating point number. So we have a decimal, and after decimal, we have some sort of a values, maybe 0 or maybe some values, right? Maybe some other values. So here automatically my Python system is able to identify that, okay, we are trying to store something with respect to a float. So float is another data type. And again, I'm not saying that try to store a float. System will be able to understand automatically. I'm just going to give my data. That's it. And rest of this work will be done by system. Like I said, Python is a self-typed programming language. Is it making sense to all of us, guys? Yeah. A basic definition. What is variable? Like what is integer? What is floating point number? Yep. Okay, fine. Now let's try to store a couple of more data set. So here, C. Now here inside a C, I'm going to store maybe my name, Sudhanshu. Yeah, I'm going to store my name, Sudhanshu. Now, so here, what is the C? Again, another variable. But if I'm going to check what is a data type that C is trying to store, what is the data type C is trying to store? So what it is telling me? So it's trying to store basically a string data type. So the third data type is basically a string data type that we are talking about. So first was integer, second was float, and third is basically what? Third is basically a string data type we are talking about. So whenever we are going to store a string data type, which can be a combination of character, which can be a combination of a special case character, which can be a combination of character plus numeric, means whatever you are going to hold inside a double quotes or a single quotes or a triple quotes, that will be considered as a string by default by Python programming language. So here I'm trying to store Sudhanshu, right? Sudhanshu as a name inside my variable. Automatically, it is able to understand that, okay, you are trying to store basically a str, because Python is again self-typed programming language. It will be able to understand automatically. I don't have to go and explain again and again, right? So fine, I'm able to store Sudhanshu. Now let's suppose if I'm going to create a variable d, and here, so I'm going to store SUDH, right? But this time what I will do, I'll try to use a single quote, and I'll try to store SUDH in a single quote. So last time there was a double quotes, right? Double quotes. It's a single quote I'm trying to use, let's suppose. And then if I'm going to check what is the type of D, so again, it is telling me that it's a string that we are talking about. Like I told you. So if there is a double quotes, it's completely fine. If there is a single quote, it's completely fine in both the situation. In both the situation, it will try to consider your data as a string data. So in case of a string data, you can wrap it up inside a single quotes. You can try to wrap it up inside a double quotes. That's completely fine. Okay. Now let's try to create another variable e, and this time I'm going to give triple quotes. Inside that, I'm going to hold some data, right? Inside that, I'm trying to hold some data. Now execute. Then let's try to check what is the type of e. Again, string. So I told you single quote, double quotes, or triple quotes, right? In all the situation, it is going to consider your data set as a string data set. So you can try to use any of these. Generally, we try to use single quotes and double quotes to declare the string. And going forward, I'm going to teach you that triple quotes we are going to consider for a multi-line. That will come into a picture. Yeah. And whenever we are going to maintain a docstring kind of a situation in terms of functions and classes, so over there, we are going to use a triple quote. But yeah, as of now, just imagine. As of now, just imagine that, okay, fine. So even I can use a triple quote, even I can use a double quote, or even I can use a single quote. With respect to triple quote, we will discuss once again, because there will be a different use cases you all will be able to find out with respect to a triple quotes, right? Okay, so now here, let's suppose I'm going to create a variable, and here, so I'm trying to mention single quotes, open and close, and then inside that, I'm trying to store SUDHS, right? Apostrophe S, fine. So this is how I'm going to store our data. Is it going to work, by the way? See, I have wrapped up my data inside a single quotes, and ideally it should work, right? Is it going to work? Yeah. So Chaitanya is asking question that if both the same, why we use a double and a single quotes? Okay, you will get the answer very soon. Now itself you will be able to get the answer. Is it going to work? Some people are saying yes. Majority of people are saying no. Okay, execute. And I'm assuming that I'm going to get some error. Yeah, execute. And yes, I have received an error. Why? What is the reason? Because see, I told you, right? So you can try to wrap up your string inside a single quote. So that's completely fine. I'm doing it, but still it is giving me an error. Why? What is a reason, right? The reason is very simple. So see, in between a data set, we have a single quote. So basically it is trying to break my entire string. It is trying to fragment my entire string, and because of that, right, because of that, so it is giving me an error. It is telling me that I'm not able to understand this last part. Now what is a solution? See, I would like to write Sudhanshu's, right? So this is what I wanted to like write. So what is a solution for this? Any idea? Yeah. So in this kind of a situation, so when you have a single quote in between a data itself, then you are supposed to wrap it up in a double quotes. Now it will work. Now it will not complain. See, error has gone. So whenever you have a single quotes in between a data, whenever you are trying to use apostrophe s or something like that, so means a single quote in between the data, whenever you are going to use. So in that situation, what you have to do, so you have to wrap it up your entire string inside a single quotes, or vice versa. Or vice versa, maybe I can try to copy the same, and let's suppose I have a double quotes. So again, there will be an error, right? So what I can do, I can try to wrap it up inside a single quotes, vice versa. So it is going to work basically, right? In this way, it is going to work. As simple as that. So this is how you are supposed to define the string, and this is how you are supposed to carefully use a single quotes or maybe a double quotes in case of Python. Fine, guys? Yes, everyone? Yeah? So I think now we are able to understand that why we have a single quotes and double quotes, right? Okay. Now let's talk about triple quotes now. See, here I have used a triple quotes, and I could have used even a double quotes. It will work. Even I could have, I can go and I can try to use maybe a single quote. It will work, right? It will work. Yes. Now let's do one thing. This is fine. Let's write A, and A is equals to, let's suppose I'm writing my name is Sudhanshu Kumar. I'm from Bihar is not necessary. It's just doing auto completion. Yeah. So basically, I have written this. My name is Sudhanshu Kumar. Okay, fine. I've written that. If I'm going to execute it, it will work, right? It will work. Now, what I will do, I'll try to break it. So I'm going to keep half of my data in line number one, half of my data in line number two. Is it going to work now? Yes. Is it going to work now? Okay. Everyone is saying no. Yes. Obviously, it is not going to work. See, I got an error saying that unterminated string literals at line number one, right? So obviously, it is not going to work for me. Now, what is the solution? So Ans Gupta is saying use slash n for our next line. Okay, so slash n. You're saying like a forward slash n. I'm supposed to use this one. Okay, used it. Again, an error. Slash n is not working for me here. Yeah. So what I'm supposed to do, guys? Okay, so people are suggesting me that you can try to use maybe triple quotes. Okay, let's try that out. And hopefully, if everyone is saying, then it should work, right? Because many people can't be wrong at a time. Now, see, it's working. Yes, it's working for me. And when I'm trying to print A, so yes, I'm able to get my data. Inside a data, you will be able to find out slash n. So automatically, when I have said that triple quotes, right? It is able to place slash n. You are not supposed to place slash n. Whenever you are going to mention triple quotes, automatically it will be able to understand that where is a new line. Slash n is nothing but a representation of or literals for a new line. So automatically it is able to understand that, okay, here we have a new line kind of a situation, right? So this is how it is going to work. Now, even if I'm going to break it down into a multiple lines, it will work, right? It is going to work. See, it is not going to complain. And wherever I have changed my line, so everywhere it has replaced slash n slash n slash n and slash n. So whenever I'm going to parse this string, so obviously I have to take care of slash n if I'm not looking for this slash n kind of a data. That we'll discuss in later stage. That's okay, right? But I believe now we are able to understand a meaning of triple quotes where we are supposed to use. So wherever we have a multi-line, right? One single line broken into a multiple lines means multiple line. If you're going to combine, it should become a one single line. In that kind of a situation, we are supposed to technically use triple quotes. Yes, everyone? Yeah, fine. So this is how this single quote, double quote, triple quote, single quote with a double quote and double quotes with a single quote, it's technically going to work. Yeah. So without slash and output will be line by line. So, so see, if I'm not going to maybe like I mentioned multiple lines, or if I'm not going to break down my data, in that case, there won't be slash n. But whenever I'm breaking it down, so Python is trying to place slash n over here so that I will be able to understand that, okay, so there is a new line after this. Again, after this, there is a new line. Again, after this, there is a new line. Again, after this, there is a new line. So this is a representation given by Python. And whenever I'm going to parse this data, because technically this is the data which Python is trying to store. So whenever I have to parse this data, so I have to take care of slash n. We have a way for doing that, right? We'll talk about that one. But as of now, we are just talking about creating a variables and storing something inside that variable. That's it. Okay. Right. So integer is fine, float is fine, string is fine, right? Now let's talk about some other variables. So here I'm going to create I'm going to write a variable name. You can write it as anything, it's your wish. And then I'm going to write T capital, right? Tree capital, true. Now, if I'm going to check what is the type of this A. So what is the type of this A? It's a Boolean, Boolean, Boolean. So it's showing you as a bool. It's technically a Boolean data. Boolean means what? 0, 1, true, false, basically. And this is again one of the data type you all will be able to find out inside Python. A primitive data type, you can say, a basic data type, you all will be able to find out inside a Python, basically. So true And then let's suppose if I'm saying B and FALSC, false. So again, this is a Boolean, F capital, T capital. Yeah, F capital, T capital. Otherwise, it will not be able to understand. Let's suppose if I'm going to remove this capital F, if I'm going to like place it with a small f, it will give me an error. It will say that I'm not able to understand. If it is a string, wrap it up inside single quote, double quote, or triple quote. But yeah, this one I'm not able to understand. But if f is capital, so in that case, it will be able to understand. Now, if I'm going to check what is a type of this B technically, so type of this B is what? A Boolean, right? Type of this B is technically a Boolean variable. Now, internally, meaning of true is 1 and meaning of false is 0 internally. This is how system, this is how Python kernel, Python interpreter will be able to understand. So true means 1, false means 0. I'll show you some example. So here, if I'm going to write true, yeah, minus true, what will be the output, guys? True minus true. Yeah, what will be the output? Is it going to be true minus true false? Okay, so everyone is trying to ping 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So yes, you are correct. I told you, right? So internally, true means what? 1. False means what? 0. Numeric 1, numeric 0. Now, if I'm going to execute 1 minus 1, what is the result? 0, right? If I'm going to write over here, so true into false minus true. So true into false, 1 into 0, 0 minus 1. So minus 1 is the result. Simple, right? Simple. So I'm able to get this value. So internally true is equals to 0, true is equals to 1 and false is equals to 0. And based on that, it is going to do this kind of a calculation over here. Okay, that's cool. That's okay. So true and false is again one of the variable, and we are going to use this true false kind of a variable again a lot of times, not just once or twice, but we are going to use all of these variables so many times. That this is something that you all will be able to find out. Now here, right? So here, true false is completely fine. Now, if I'm going to, let's suppose, create another variable called as, let's suppose D, right? And I'm going to write 6 plus 8J. What is this, by the way, guys? Any idea? Yeah, what is this? So, okay, complex, fine, execute, right? And just try to check what is the type of this D variable, fine. So what it is showing me, it's a complex variable type. I believe in our childhood, maybe in 8th, 9th standard, right? So in a 8th, 9th standard, we used to talk about iota, right? I is equal to root of minus 1. Yeah, and we talk about even a imaginary number. So basically this concept of imaginary number is coming from that iota concept. Yeah, so basically imaginary number is nothing but a combination of real plus imaginary. And what is the meaning of imaginary? So imaginary is nothing but like root of minus 1 iota, right? So in mathematics you will be able to find out I as a representation, but in Python programming language you will be able to find out J as a representation. So whenever I'm going to attach J with some number, it will become a complex number. So this part is a imaginary part and this part is basically a real part. So 6 is what? 6 is a real part, and then 8 is basically a imaginary part because I have attached iota with it. I have attached J with it, and yes, you are able to find out a complex number. Now you may ask me a question, and people generally ask me a question when I talk about this complex number, that where we are going to use it. So let's suppose if you're trying to build some like a calculator kind of a system, and over there you have to give an option for a complex number computation. So obviously you have to write the logic, right? You have to process the logic. So over there you can try to use it, and in many places in mathematics. So whenever you will try to like convert a mathematical formula in a like a programming, and the help of programming, if you are trying to solve that formula, and if there is a imaginary part, obviously you need a complex number structure. So inside Python, this complex number structure is already given to you. Is it making sense to all of us, guys? Yeah, a complex number structure. Now out of this complex number D, so if I would like to fetch, a real part, so I can just write D dot real. So this data variable dot real. So dot real is the inbuilt function, and there are so many inbuilt function I'm going to talk about. So 6 is what? 6 is basically a real part, right? So d dot real. Now if I'm going to write d dot emag, so basically imaginary, so it is going to give me 8. So 6 was a real part and 8 was a imaginary part. 8 was a imaginary part because of this j. And you can write like a any kind of arithmetic operations with respect to this complex number. Two complex number multiplication, two complex number addition, subtract, whatever that you do in case of mathematics in your standard 8th, ninth, or 10th, right, with respect to a complex number, exact same thing you will be able to do it even in a Python programming, because we have a variable and Python can understand a complex variable, by the way. So obviously you will be able to do a computation, but notation is always and always going to be j. If you are going to write maybe I over here, it is not going to work. See, it's invalid, right? If you are going to write anything except j, even capital J, if I'm going to write, right, then it will work. So j small, j capital, but I small, I capital, s small, s capital, not going to work. So j is the only one which is going to work, capital small, but apart from j, nothing is going to work because j is the only representation for a complex number. Simple. Yeah. Now someone will say that, okay, why it is giving me float? So this is just a Python output. So whenever system is going to process a data, whenever it is trying to show you some number, so it will always try to show you in this manner, basically, especially from this complex number. Now, as a floating point number, so it will try to attach 0 over there. Now, so let's try to talk about a couple of more data type over here. So now we are able to understand integer, then float, then a string, then boolean, and then a complex number, right? So this is something that we are able to understand so far. This is something that we are able to understand so far. Yeah. Now, if I have to, let me convert this particular cell into a markdown, so that yeah, so integer, float, string, boolean, complex, all these things we are able to understand. Now there are some other data type you will be able to find out, or you can say data structure you all will be able to find out inside a Python, which can hold a data and which is pretty much important for all of us, technically for all of us, which is pretty much important. Now what are those data types, by the way? So those data types are basically a list. Open a square bracket, close square bracket. Yeah. Now, if I'm going to like, let's suppose if I'm looking for something, some entity, which will be able to hold not just one data, because integer or maybe a string, maybe a complex, all of this were able to hold one data. So far, this is what we have seen, right? But I just wanted to hold multiple data together in one single variable, or maybe in one single memory, you can say. Variable is not going to be a correct term. Soon you will be able to understand why I'm saying that. But yeah, in one single memory, if I would like to hold not just one data, but a multiple data, a different kind of a data, maybe a heterogeneous data, I would like to like a hold inside my memory. So how I will be able to hold it? In other programming language, you have to write a couple of lines of a code to achieve this part. But in case of Python, it's already a inbuilt one. So you don't have to do much. That's the reason so Python is one of the simplest programming language in a planet. So very soon you will all will be able to understand. If you can understand English, you can understand Python. This is how you can compare a Python. So here there is a data type called as list, right? List. So where you can try to hold any kind of a data altogether. For example, so if I would like to hold maybe a multiple integer over here, then I would like to hold even a string, then I would like to hold maybe a floating point number inside this one, right? Then I would like to hold maybe some like some sort of a complex number as well. Then I would like to hold maybe I can say boolean variable. Yeah, boolean variable. So here list is going, okay, so it was markdown. Let me convert it into a Python cell. Okay, so now if I'm going to execute, right? Now if I'm going to execute, delete this cell, fine. So now if I'm going to execute, as you can see, I'm able to hold all of these data together inside one single entity, right? Inside one single entity, I have integer, I have a string, I have a float, I have a complex number, I have a boolean. And any number of string, any number of boolean, any number of floating point number, any number of complex number, any number of integer, I will be able to hold inside one single data type itself. And basically, it's a list. Now, if I'm going to check what is a type of this list, sorry, what is the type of this variable L? So what is the type of this variable L? So type of this variable L is basically a list. So list is again another, right? Data type, or you can say a data structure more precisely, because it is going to hold a lot of data altogether, right? So you will be able to see that there is something called as list, which can hold not just one, two, it can hold any amount of a data. Yeah, it can hold any amount of the data. So ideally, I'm talking about a collection of a data set, collection of a heterogeneous data set. Once again, yeah. So list is nothing but a kind of a data type or data structure inside a Python. So where it will be able to hold any amount of a data or any type of the data. So it's technically a collection of the data which I'm trying to build over here. Very simple. Open and close square bracket. Always remember. And again, so we are going to do a lot of operations with respect to list, lot of operation with respect to string, and so on. So you will be able to get more and more understanding. As of now, I'm just trying to give you an introduction that, okay, what the list is, by the way. Yeah, because I'm going to use it a lot. I'm going to show you a lot of operations over here in terms of slicing, in terms of indexing, many operations I'm going to show it to you. Yeah. So fine. So here is a list that we have. Okay, that's cool. Now I can try to create a list, and I can try to hold a list inside a list. That is also possible. So let's suppose if I'm trying to create this data and I would like to create a list inside a list, many lists. If I would like to create, I can try to do that as well. So as you can see, this is nothing but a list inside a list, and I can even parse it. So as of now, I'm talking about just a creation of the data. Then I will be talking about even parsing a data. Let's suppose I have to extract this data. Let's suppose if I have to extract only 76 out of it, only 5 out of it if I have to extract. So how I will be able to extract any data which is available inside this collection with ease. This is something which I'm going to talk about in a indexing and slicing and data parsing basically. But as of now, yeah, list is again another data type, so which you all will be able to create. Now, just like a list, we can try to create another thing called as tuples. Tuples, open and close bracket or parenthesis, you can say. Yeah. So normal bracket. So here again, I can try to hold any kind of a data. So maybe integer, maybe string, maybe floating point number, maybe boolean. I can try to hold everything inside this one, just like a list, right? We are able to hold each and everything even inside this one. Now, if I'm going to check what is the type of this data, it's not list. It's technically a tuple. So tuple is another data type that you all will be able to find out. So now a question arises that when we already have a list, and I can see that we are able to hold each and everything inside a list, and similar thing we are able to hold inside a tuple, then what is the reason behind creating a tuples? Yes, what is the reason behind tuples? Because whatever I can do it with respect to tuples, t variable, right? I'm able to do it with respect to list variable as well. Yeah. So yes, I can see some people have an idea, but most of us is not having an idea that why we are talking about a tuple. So there is a concept of mutability and immutability, which I'm going to teach you. It's as a topic in itself. So I'm going to talk about our concept of mutability and immutability. As of now, just understand, right? Just understand that there is something called as tuples which exist. Like I said, so when I'm going to talk about a data parsing, because at the end of the day, you have to parse a data, you have to extract a data, you have to write a logic for that particular data. For example, if I'm going to ask you to filter out all the integer, to filter out all the string, to filter out all the numbers at alternate positions, to filter out just a complex number or maybe just a boolean, or give me summation of all the numeric value over here, or give me the concatenation of all the strings, In that case, can I say I have to parse a data? Yes, everyone. Yeah, I'll have to parse the data. If I'm going to ask you a question that, okay, inside a list, we have a list, extract that list and try to check what and all numbers are there, and then give me summation of all the numbers. So first of all, you have to go to a list, then you have to identify a list inside a list. Then inside a list, you have to identify whether it's a number or whether it's something else. And after identifying that, you have to extract one by one, and then you have to do a summation, right? So you have to write a complete logic for that one. At the end of the day, programming is all about processing a data, nothing more than that. Whenever you are going to write a logic, so obviously you are going to write a logic to fetch some data, to process some data, or maybe like any logic, right? So even if I will be having a database connectivity, what I will do, I'll try to insert the data, I'll try to update the data, I'll try to write a condition, I'll try to bring those data, right? So at the end of the day, programming means processing a data, by the way. So obviously I have to be very good with each and everything. Yeah. uh, okay. Now, so someone is asking me that t is equals to 1. So if this is the situation that we have, and we are going to check what is a type of basically this t. So it is going to give you not a tuples, just a integer. Basically, see what happens. Let's remove even this part, right? So here, this is a notation, right? This is a notation, open bracket and close bracket, a normal parenthesis, open and close. So this is going to be a notation. So in case of notation, it will be able to understand. But let's suppose if I'm just going to hold only one, yeah, just going to hold only one data. I'm not going to hold. It's already defined that in case of only one data set holding, it is going to give you a primitive output. Because the reason is tuples is immutable, and this data alone is also immutable. That's the reason, right? That's the logic behind it. Because this integer, let's suppose I'm writing t is equal to 2, right, as an integer. For example, this situation, by default it's immutable. You can't go and mutate that particular value, right? You can replace it but can't mutate it. That I'll discuss. Many people are not aware about this concept of mutability and immutability, so we'll talk about that. That's a part of your chapters, by the way. But yeah, that's the logic, as someone has asked me the question. What is mutable, immutable? Wait for a couple of classes, right? Everything we can't discuss on a day one, a day zero, by the way. Yeah, we'll have to wait. We'll move in a step by step manner. Now, there is another kind of a data you all will be able to find out. So curly braces, right? Open, close. Now, if I'm going to, okay, I should have written equal to, yeah. Okay, now if I'm going to check what is a type of this S over here. So what is the type of this S by default? Dictionary. Now let's do one thing. I'll create S once again and open curly braces and close curly braces. I'm going to put some numbers over here, or maybe like something I'm going to put over here. Now I'll try to check what is this S. When this one was empty, at that point of a time, it was able to recognize it as a dictionary. When it's not empty, I have filled with some of the data, some of the integer. I can even give maybe some sort of a floating point number, some sort of a string, some sort of a complex data over here. Then it is able to like recognize it as a set, by the way. Yeah, then it is able to recognize a set, by the way. So this is what happens. So again, there is a data type called as dictionary. There is a data type called as set that you all will be able to find out in case of Python, right? In case of Python. So first of all, let's try to understand what is the meaning of a set. So set is nothing but a kind of a data structure or kind of a collection which will always try to hold a unique value. Means, let me show you. So here I have created a set. Now when I'm trying to call it, are you able to see some differences in this set and the previous one? This is the same set I'm trying to call over here, right? So are you able to see some differences in this and this? Yes. So basically, you will be able to see that it has removed all the duplicate, and that is a nature of this particular data type. So set by default removes a duplicates by default. So you are not supposed to worry about it. It is going to remove. So let's suppose if I'm trying to read a PDF file, right? A PDF file, a book file, basically. I'm trying to read, maybe a Word document I'm trying to read. And I have to find out a unique words inside a PDF file. Not an issue. I'll read it, pass it inside a set variable. Set variable will do its work. So it will be able to remove all the duplicates. But as Python is a case sensitive programming language, right? Python is basically a case sensitive programming language. So let's suppose if I'm going to write over here as a string SUDH, right? S capital. And here I'm writing S small. Now, if I'm going to show you the execution, it will be able to retain both SUDH and SUDH. Why? What is the reason? So these two strings are different as per Python. So in one place S was capital and in one place S is small, and Python is basically a case sensitive programming language. It is going to treat your uppercase and lowercase in a different manner. Uppercase and lowercase is not at all going to be same at all. Yeah, it's not going to be same at all. And that is the reason. So it is going to keep everything. But the main purpose of set, so I'm just trying to explain you that what is the main purpose behind a set. So main purpose of set is very simple. Remove the duplicates. As simple as that. Always try to keep a unique value inside it. That's it. This is what like this set variable is going to do. We'll talk more about the set. So again, in terms of parsing a data, in terms of processing a data with respect to a set, we'll come to that point as well. But yeah, so this is just about a set introduction. Now, there is another data type called as dictionary. So here we have already executed a blank open and close curly braces, and it was able to recognize it as a dictionary. But when we have some sort of a data, it will not be able to recognize. By default, it is going to recognize. This is how logic has been written inside Python. Now here, so there is a data type called as dictionary. So let's suppose if I'm going to create dictionary, again, notation for this one is going to be open and close curly braces. Yeah, open and close. But here, so when you are trying to store a data, when you are trying to store a data, so you will have to store a data in a form of key and a value pair, always, all the time. So you'll have to store data into a key and value pair. So here, key and value means just like a Oxford dictionary. In a childhood, we used to search a meaning of a word. I don't know how many people are doing it now, but yeah, in our time, so we used to search something in a Oxford dictionary. Now we have a Google, we have a GPT and all those things. But in our time, so we were not having this big mobile phones. We were not even having a keypad based mobile phone. So those who are 1990 born, right? Yeah, so those who are 2000 born, so obviously you will be having all of these things and after 2000. But if you're 1990 born, so obviously at that point of a time, so whenever we have to find out a meaning of any words, right? So we just go through it, and then we will try to search all of these words, characters in a order of characters, and then we'll try to find out the meaning. Same philosophy this data type is going to follow. So dictionary always try to hold data in a key and a value pair, means word and its meaning kind of things, you can say. So here, key. So let's suppose if I'm going to give key as name, and then I have to give colon. Name is basically Sudhanshu. Then I'm going to give key as a email. So email is basically Sudhanshu at the rate Euron.1. Yeah, maybe mobile number, maybe address, right? So here you must be able to see that key and value, key and value, key and value, key and value. Yeah. So key and value, key and value, key and value. So in this fashion, I'm trying to store a data. So this is something which dictionary provides you. So wherever you have to store a data as a key and a value pair, you will have to use a dictionary. All the time you will have to use a dictionary. As simple as that. So now here, on key, there will be some restriction, and on values, there will be some restrictions. Means whenever you are trying to write something as a key, you have to abide with some of the logic, and same goes with the values. Let's try to understand that part. So let's suppose if I'm going to create a dictionary D, right? Dictionary D. So now here, let's suppose I have written name is equal to Sudhanshu, And then again, I have written name, right, as a key, name, and I have written name is equal to SUDH. So is it a valid statement, guys? Name is equal to Tanshu, name is equal to Tanshu, because we have a key twice over here. Same key, name, twice over here. Is it a valid one? So people are saying no, no, no. Okay. So A24 is saying it will take most recent key value. That's correct, actually. So actually, it's a valid one. Yeah, actually, it's a valid one. As per dictionary, right? As per dictionary, you are not supposed to have a duplicate keys. That's also true. Yeah. So as per dictionary, key are supposed to be, or key is, not are, key is supposed to be unique. Fine. So key is supposed to be unique. But here, my key is not unique. I have a duplicate key. Yeah, I have a duplicate key. Now, if I'm going to execute and if I'm going to print it, so when I have executed, right, when I have executed this one, it has not given me any kind of an error. And when I'm trying to print it, so it is trying to show me even a data. But which data? It is even trying to show me a data. But which data, guys? Can I say, first of all, it will try to consider this one. Name is equal to this Sudhanshu, right? But then it will encounter this one that, okay, for the same key as key is duplicate, so same key, and key should not be duplicate, right? Key should not be duplicate. So what it will do, it will try to take the latest one. So which one is the latest one? Last come, basically. So whatever like is available in the last, this will be considered as a latest update. So it is going to store not this one, but this one. Is it making sense? So duplicate keys are not allowed, but even though if you have a duplicate key inside your data, it's not an issue. So system is not going to give you any kind of an error, by the way. So what system will do? So system will try to take a latest one and then it is going to give you that as a value. So this is what you all will be able to find out in terms of a dictionary. So this is the first rule that you are supposed to be aware about. So key should not be duplicate, but even if it is duplicate, system will handle it. Simple. Okay, that's situation number one. Now let's talk about some different situation over here. So let me remove this. Let me remove this whole thing. Let's suppose I'm creating D2 as a dictionary. Now here my key is going to be integer value. Yeah, and then value. Let's focus on key first. Yeah, and value is something. Is it going to work? So key is an integer. Key was string, right? Key was string. As you can see, it is working. Now key is an integer. Is it going to work? Yes, it is going to work. So key can be string, means inside double quotes, single quotes, right? So key can be string, key can be integer. Okay, that's cool. Now I'm going to create D3 and now here, right? Here, so I'm going to give key as a boolean and then value anything, right? Is it going to work? Can I create key as a boolean? Execute. This is also true. It will work, right? It will work. Now I'm going to create a D4 and then here, so I'm going to give some sort of a floating point number as a key and then value can be anything, right? Is it going to work? Yes, it is going to work, right? This is also going to work. So key can be boolean, key can be integer, key can be floating point number, key can be a string by default. Now I'm going to create another dictionary. So where I'm going to keep key as a special case character, right? Some ampersand, percentile, something like that I'm going to consider. Now if I'm going to keep some data, is it going to work? No, it will not work. So key is not supposed to be a special case character. As simple as that. Now some of you will come and give me an argument that, okay, so what about this? Is it going to work now? So Rahul is asking why. Yeah. So Rahul, if I'm going to ask you a question that why your name is Rahul, many people ask me this question and this is how I give the answer for this question. So if I'm going to ask you a question that why Rahul's name is Rahul, so can I say that a parent of Rahul has given his name as Rahul, right? So similarly, someone has created a programming languages and someone has defined a set of the rules, right? For all the programming, not just for this one, right? So basically, Someone has defined it, right? Someone has defined that, okay, you are supposed to work just in this way. So that's the answer for that why. Most of the time you will be able to find out in programming that if I'm creating my own programming language, I will decide that, okay, fine, so how things are supposed to work, and then I will like try to write. So just the way our parents has given us a name, Python is also having a parents, right? It's a creator basically. Someone has created Python. It's not like Python is like a coming from like a Mars or Moon, right? So someone on this planet has created it basically. So now if I'm going to execute, this is going to work. Technically, it's not a special case character now. Technically, it's become a string, and a string always works. So when I'm trying to wrap it up inside a codes, now it's not a special case character. Technically, it's a string. Yeah. So if it is a string, it will work all the time, right? So whenever we have like a special case character, it is not supposed to work. It should not work. But yeah. So if I'm going to wrap it up inside a codes, in that case, we are just converting it. We are just typecasting it. So in that case, obviously, it is going to work. As simple as that. So there is no question of a special case now, by the way. So we should not even talk about a special case character after converting it into a string. Okay, that's cool. So this is all about a key. Now let me create maybe a d6 variable, and inside that, let's suppose I am creating a like a name as a key, right? And then not name. Let's say that we are going to take list over here. Fine. Now, is it going to work now? List as a key. Yes. Is it going to work? Execute. No. A reason is very simple. It's okay. Let me give you one more example. Yeah. Same, I'll copy and paste. I'll just name it as a D7, and I'll convert this into a tuples. So tuple, in case of tuple, it's working. Same data, everything is same, but yeah, data type is different. It's a tuple. And in case of line number 75, as you can see, so over there, I'm trying to keep a list. In case of list, it's not working, but in case of tuple, it's working. Yeah, in case of tuple, it's working. So a reason is very simple. List is a mutable entity. Like I said, mutability, immutability, I'm going to talk about in a beautiful, beautiful manner. All of you will be able to understand, right? But yeah, so basically list is something which is mutable. Because of that, it's an unhashable type. Now, another question is, what is hashing, by the way, right? So as of now, just consider that list is a mutable entity, so it's not going to allow. But yeah, so as tuples is an immutable entity, it is going to allow. Simple as of now, right? And now let me create a D8 over here, and let me change this to a curly braces. Yeah, curly braces. Fine. Is it going to work? So I'm trying to pass set basically. Set. Execute. Set is not going to work as a key. Yeah, set is not going to work. So now mostly we are able to like we are aware about that what is going to work, what is not going to work. And believe me, none of these things which I'm teaching you as of now, you are supposed to remember. Just practice, solve the problems, solve some questions, whatever assignment which I'm going to give you, starting from today onwards. Try to solve it. Yeah, try to solve it, and you will be able to, everything will be on your fingertips. So programming in general, I always try to consider as a more like a typing something. So just you have to like increase your typing speed. That's it. If your typing speed is good, you will be able to do a programming. Simple. So as of now, just try to type as much as you can, and then whatever question which I'm going to give you, solve it. If you are not solving it on a very first day of this programming, I'm telling you, you will not move anywhere, and no one will be able to even help you out. At some point of a time, for a couple of weeks, you have to sit in front of your system for a couple of hours, and you have to do the things on your own. Yeah, on your own. And believe me, after that, you will be very, 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 very comfortable. Anyone means literally anyone. And I'm especially I'm saying this for those so who is coming from pure non-tech background. Maybe you are a lawyer, maybe you are a doctor, and coming from that background, if you are going to sit for a couple of weeks, you will be comfortable. If not, then you will end up procrastinating things. That okay, I'll do it tomorrow, 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 and that tomorrow is never going to come. Yeah. So just for a couple of weeks, not for years, not for like so many months, only for a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, max to max, right? And all everything will be like okay, and you will be able to write maybe a better code than me, possible, right? I have seen that kind of a cases, basically. Although it will take time, but yeah, you can do it. Yeah. Okay, so unasable, fine. Now let's create another variable d9 over here, and it's programming is all about permutation combination, guys, right? That's the reason. So I keep on showing a lot of permutation combination. Same thing like repeatedly in a different manner, right? By like doing some of my custom logic or something, so that when you will break down things in a like a permutation combination way, you learn a lot, basically. So here I have a dictionary. Maybe I'm going to keep a name over here and then as a value. So this was all about the key. Now a value. So value can be a string. We have already seen that. Value can be a list possible, right? Value can be tuples possible. So you will not be able to find out much restriction on a values. Values can be anything technically. Yeah, value can be anything. So value is like basically a list. Value can be tuples. Value can be, I can say, a dictionary inside a dictionary. So let's suppose this is one, right? And then I'm going to create another dictionary inside this one, dictionary inside a dictionary, which is called as nested dictionary. So here I'm going to maybe like a write address. My address is India, something like this. So dictionary inside a dictionary. So again, we have a dictionary where we have a key and value pair. So that's completely fine. Where I have made a mistake in terms of syntaxes. So this is my key and this is my. What happened? So yeah, so sorry, I was talking about value, right? So value can be dictionary inside a dictionary. So here we have a key address, and let's suppose let me write it in this way. So we have value as a dictionary. So we are just talking about the values as of now. We already talked about a key. So here address, maybe I can write city pin code. So as you can see, my value is in a dictionary format. Now it will work. Yeah. So if I'm going to call D9, so name all of this data and then address. Inside that, again, we have a dictionary, and inside dictionary, we have a key value pair, city Delhi, pin code, this one. In this manner, we have a data stored inside a dictionary. As simple as that. So the value wise, I can try to store anything mostly, right? With some of the cases, maybe with respect to like a special case character, if you're not wrapping it up inside a string, so it is going to give you an issue. But yeah, otherwise it is going to be fine. So now we are able to understand that basically we are able to understand that what is a list, what is like a tuples, what is set, and then what is dictionary in terms of creating it, right? Only in terms of creating it, we are able to understand list, tuple, set, and dictionary. And previously, we were able to understand integer, float, string, boolean, and complex number, right? And then we are able to understand a collection set. So basically like a list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Now let's try to do some of the operations. So are we fine, everyone? Are we all comfortable with this discussion? Yes? Yeah? Because now again we are going to go for a revision of all the concept that we have discussed from top till bottom. Yeah? So again, let's revise it. Let's revise it, but by doing some sort of a data processing, we are going to revise it. So let's start with the string first of all. Yeah, a string first of all. Let's start with the string. So here, let's suppose if I'm going to define a string is equal to Sudhanshu, uh, just Sudhanshu, let's suppose for now. Yeah, just Sudhanshu. Now, if someone is asking me that how many spaces Sudhanshu is taking, right? How I will be able to find out? A simple method which is available to me is called as length method basically. So this is the inbuilt method which is available to me. So I can simply call length of s and then it is going to tell me that okay, so total space which has been occupied by Sudhanshu is 9. So yeah, inside Sudhanshu we have a 9 characters, right? So it is going to basically like tell me that there is a 9 like a space it is trying to occupy. If there will be a space between the data, it is going to count that space as well. So one space is equals to 1. So now it is showing me 17, right? Although we have only 9 character inside Sudhanshu, but still it is showing me 17 because I have a spaces in between. Even if you have a space before and after, means whatever space this quotes is going to take, whatever space this quotes is going to take, so it is going to talk about or it is going to give you the length of that space by the way. This is the length, right? Same goes with a list. So let's suppose we have a list L, right? And if I'm going to like check that what is a total number of data inside a list, total number of data is equal to 11. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10 as a one data because it's a one single entity, and then 11. So in total, how many spaces it has been occupied, or what is the number of data which is available? Total 11 number of data which is available inside my list. Now let's suppose if I have a tuple t, hopefully I should have, let's t1. Okay, I don't have like tuples. I'll create one then. So this is my tuples, let's suppose. Now if I'm going to check what is a length of basically this t, 9. How? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So total number of data is equal to 9. So length is a function so which is going to give you the length of the total data or total like entities which is available inside a particular collection. As simple as that. It is going to work with the string. It is going to work with the list and it is going to work with the tuples. With all three, it is going to work as simple as that. Now, now, so let's suppose I have a string, same string once again. So S is equals to maybe like SUDH and SHU. SUDH and SHU. I have a string, right? Now, someone is telling me that you have to extract basically this SUDH. Yeah, you have to extract basically this part, only this part. Maybe someone will tell me that just try to extract this part. Someone will tell me that just try to extract a U part. Someone will tell me that just try to extract S part out of this string. Yeah. Someone will tell me that, okay, fine. So just try to extract the alternate string or alternate character out of this string. All of these things, I will be able to do it in a easiest possible manner. And this is something which I'm going to teach you now. Yeah. Which is called as indexing and a slicing operation. Indexing and slicing operation. And believe me, if you're going to focus just for 5 minutes, with string, list, and tuples, indexing and slicing, you will be able to understand for your entire life. And you will never face any kind of a issue, believe me. So just try to focus for next 5 minutes over here. So this is my string, this is my data, right? This is my data. How system is going to hold this data internally? So basically, I will be having SUDHANSHU. Fine. And S is referring to it. So this variable is referring to this data. This is how data will be stored. Simple, right? But in case of this string, or in case of list, or in case of tuple, for let's suppose let's just talk about the string as of now, right? So internally, system try to assign indexes. It's not us us who are doing it. It's a system. It's a Python, right? Library itself will try to, or Python kernel, you can say, it is going to define the indexing of all of these data. So we were able to find out length, right? So that length is nothing but a total number of index occupied. Now you will be able to understand. So basically, system is going to define a indexing, and that too in a forward direction and in a backward direction. So in forward direction, by default, again, don't ask me why. It will, my answer will be same. So why your name is XYG? Because your creator has given you your name as XYG, right? That is the same answer I'm going to give you if you're going to ask me why. Now, so here by default, right? By default, those indexes is going to start from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. By default, it's starting from 0 by default. In which direction? This is called as forward direction, FWD. Yeah, forward direction. And in backward direction, system defines a indexes. Again, by default, I'm not going to do anything. By the time I'm going to create this string, automatically this will happen. Or maybe some other string, if I'm going to create, automatically that is going to happen. So in a backward direction, it is going to start indexing from the very last one. So if there is a space, then it will consider a space as well. As there is no space, I'm considering. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9. So this is basically a backward indexing. So this is basically a forward indexing. Forward indexing always going to start from 0 and so on. And then in case of backward indexing, it is going to start from -1 and then so on. As simple as that. Yeah, as simple as that. So if I have to access something, right? If I have to access something based on these indexing, I will be able to access. This makes my life easy. For example, if someone is asking me that try to extract this very first S, the very first S that we have, right? Very first S in Sudhanshu. Try to extract that one. How I can extract? So I can try to write this variable name. My variable name is what? S basically, right? And then I have to extract S, and S is available at which position? I will write open and close square bracket, by the way, in terms of indexing slicing operation by default. Yeah. So open and close square bracket. And then if I have to extract some data, for example, Sudhanshu's S I have to extract. I will write 0 over here. Are we able to extract S? Yeah. Someone is saying me that try to extract basically second U. This second U. How I will be able to extract variable name? What is the variable name? S. Inside that this data is available. So first of all, I'll go to this variable. And then out of that, what is the indexes for U? 1. We are able to get 1. Sorry, we are able to get U at 1, right? If someone is, again, this is the forward indexes I'm trying to use, right? I can extract U even by writing -8. It will work. For example, variable name, right? And then minus of 8. It's working. So backward indexing and forward indexing, both are working. So this operation, the operation which I'm showing you, so this operation is technically called as indexing operation. So based on the indexes, I'm trying to extract a data out of my entity. Making sense to all of us, guys? Yeah. If I'm going to write S of -1, then U it is going to extract. So it doesn't matter. Like I have written the index forward and backward, right? In both the direction. Just use it and it will work as it is, as I have written it, right? So S of -1 at -1, what is the data which we have? U we have. So yeah, it is able to give me U. So technically, this is called as indexing operation. Yeah, it's called as indexing operation. Now, another question someone has asked me that, okay, so do one thing, try to give me a data, but not just one I'm able to understand, one I'm able to extract, right? So that is working for me. Give me only this SUDH, only this SUDH part. Yeah, give me only this SUDH part. So any idea, guys, how I will be able to extract just SUDH? Because see, I have to extract data from 0, 1, 2, 3, or -9, -8, -7, -6. Then only I will be able to get this SUDH. So any idea how I can do it? Okay, some people have idea, I can see. Okay, now many people have idea. Someone is saying till 5. Rahul is saying till 5. Why you will go till 5? Yeah. Romi is also saying like till 5. No. So I have to extract just SUDH only. Sudh, basically. Yeah. I have to extract. So indexing we are able to understand. Indexing means extracting one data from one single index, one single indexes. Yeah. And I believe for any data, now we are able to extract it. For a string at least, we are able to, we will be able to extract it. Now, so let's try to solve this. Let's try to extract SUDH. So this operation is going to be called as a slicing. Means we are trying to start slice of it. Pizza slice, I think we all eat pizza, right? So we try to take a slice of it. Similarly, so we have this data, and out of that we have to extract the slice of it, basically. So that operation is actually called as slicing operation. Yeah, just like a pizza slice we used to eat. I will write a variable name, bracket bracket, same thing. Now in case of slicing operation, we try to define the starting point. Yeah, we try to define the starting point. So from where to where someone has asked me to extract data. From this point, let me change my pen color. Yeah. So from this point till this point, someone has asked me to extract the data. So what is my starting point? So I should start from 0, maybe from -9 I can start, yeah, in a reverse direction. So I should start from 0, and then I should go till which point? I should go till basically 3, right? I should go till basically 3. So start from 0 and then go till 3. This is something that I will have to do. So how I'm going to define it in case of slicing? Simple. Your starting point, 0, colon, yeah. In case of indexing, I was giving only one indexes. In case of slicing, I will give pair of it. So start from 0, right? Start from 0. And then I'm going to write 3 over here. SUDH. So H is available at third indexes, right? H is available at third indexes. So I'll start from 0. I'll go till 3. But this is not going to solve my problem. I'll show you that. Why I'm saying you that this is not going to solve my problem. So if I'm going to execute it, yes, it is able to give me some data. What data? SUD. Yeah, SUD. It is able to give me SUD. But I was looking for SUDH actually. It is giving me SUD. So starting from 0, starting from 0th indexes, going till third index. So starting from 0th indexes, going till third indexes, it's fine. I have written that. But it should give me a data till third index actually. And odd third index we have H, as you can see, right? But no, it is not giving me till third indexes. It is giving me upper bound -1. Again, that's a rule. So whenever you are doing a slicing operation in a string, in list, in tuple, you always have to write upper bound -1. Means you don't have to write. So basically system will give you a data upper bound -1. What is my upper bound? My upper bound is 3. -1, 2. Till second index it is giving me data. If I'm going to write 4 over here, right? So upper bound is 4, 4 minus 1. So basically I will be able to get now SUDH, which was a required data for me, by the way. Yeah. So required data for me. So here starting from 0, go till 4. So it will not extract data till 4. So 4 will be silent, by the way. So this is my starting point. 0 is my starting point. 4 is my end point. So end point -1. Till that point, it will try to bring a data for me. As simple as that. Yeah. So till end point -1, it is going to bring a data. Now, there can be so many different kind of a permutation combination and confusion. Many of you will be able to find out if you are going to change this number, right? Let me show you a couple of more examples so that it will build a better understanding with respect to a slicing operation. So here, someone is asking me that try to give me alternate data. Means S and then D and then A, then S, then U. So this kind of a order someone is asking me, right? So try to give me a alternate data. Okay, fine. Variable name I am going to write. Then my starting point is 0. I'll start from first index, 0th index is basically 0 is my first index, right? What should be my end point, guys? I have to start alternate data. Then S, then D, then A, then S, and then U. Yeah. So what should be my end point? Okay. So people are saying maybe length of S. Okay, fine. And what is the length of S? So technically it's a 9, right? So I have a data till index 8. Maybe I can try to write 9 over here. Will I be able to get data? Alternate one. So let me execute this part. It is giving me complete Sudhanshu. I was not looking for this Sudhanshu. Basically, I was looking for a alternate data. How I will be able to get a alternate data? See, I have written a starting point. I have written my end point. Yeah. Although this ninth index doesn't even exist. This ninth index doesn't even exist. But still, it is not giving me error. Again, so one more thing. I just like, let's suppose if I'm writing S of 9, just S of 9. Is it going to give me data or some error? Only S of 9. Indexing I'm doing, not slicing. Error. If some indexes are not available, in case of indexing operation, it is going to give you the error. So S of 9, and we don't have ninth indexes. So technically it is going to give me error. Simple. In case of indexing operation, if data is not available, it will like give you an error. But in case of slicing, no. Even if I'm going to write 9,000 or 900, it is going to work. It is not going to give me error, by the way. Yeah, in case of slicing operation. In case of indexing, it is a error, by the way. So here, let's suppose I have written this. Start from 0, go till 9. That's okay. It is able to bring all the data. But I was not interested into all the data. I was interested into alternate data actually. Right? Alternate data actually. So just try to understand one thing logically over here. That when I have written start from 0, or maybe in this previous operation. So starting from 0, right? Then plus 1. So extract data from index number 1, then plus 1. Extract data from index number 2, then plus 1. Extract data from index number 3, then plus 1. Extract data from index number 4, then plus 1. So can I say that in this order it is moving? So technically one after another, it will keep on moving and it will go till the next. And this is how it will be able to extract this data, or maybe this is how it is able to extract this whole data. Yeah. So technically it is trying to take a jump every time. My cursor is trying to take a jump every time. Jump of size what? Even though I have not written something, but technically it is trying to take a jump. Jump of size what? So can I say that every time it is trying to take a jump of 1, this then only it is able to go to the next indexes, then next indexes, then next indexes, right? Yeah. So by default, it is trying to take a jump of 1. Yeah, even though I have not written, I have not mentioned those things, but still it is trying to take a jump of 1, and that is the reason. So it is able to go to next data, then next, then next, then next, and then it is able to extract some sort of a information for me. That is something which is happening in a backend. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So if where is my cursor? Sorry, eraser. Yeah. So this is something which will happen internally, right? This is something which is going to happen internally. Okay. So let me delete this cell. Okay. Now, so here we have S of start from 0, go till 9. If I'm going to write a third parameter, a first parameter is what? Starting point. Second parameter is what? End point. Now I have written third parameter. Execute. Nothing has changed. Now, what is the third parameter, by the way? Third parameter is nothing but a step that you can define. So this is my starting point. This is my end point, and this is my jump, or you can say a step, by the way. So even though if I have not defined this step, it can take only 3 parameters, by the way. Yeah. Starting point, end point, and then jump. Yeah. So even though if I'm not going to define this one, by default, it was there. And that is the reason. So it is able to extract this data. So starting from 0, then 0 plus 1, then plus 1, then plus 1, then plus 1. And it is able to extract this whole data. So can I say that just by manipulating this jump, I will be able to extract a data from an alternate position? Can I make a statement like that? Yes. Just by manipulating my jump, just by manipulating my the step size, I will be able to start. So here what I will do, variable name, right? Start from 0, go till 9, and take a jump of 2. Execute. Are we able to get a required data now? Yes. Are we able to get a required data now? I think this is what we were looking for, right? Alternate data. So basically this third parameter which I have written, so it was also there whenever I have not written that, but still it was there. By default, it was 1. And more precisely, it was positive 1. I'll talk about even a difference between positive and negative 1. It's not same, right? It's not same. So it was basically a jump of positive 1, which was available by default, even though we have not mentioned it, for example, in this one. Now here we have given 2. So it will start from 0. Now take a jump. 0 plus 2. 0 plus 2 is what? At 0 plus 2. So what is the data which is available? D is available. Okay. Give me D. So D. Now plus 2, 4, right? So at 4, what data is available? A is available. Okay. Give me A. Then plus 2, 6. Now at sixth position, what is the data which is available? S is available at sixth position. So okay, give me S. Now plus 2. So now 8. So at eighth position, what is the data which is available to me? U. Okay, give me U. Then plus 2. What is a number? 10. At 10, do we have any data? No. Break it. Simple. And this is how I'm able to get this data. Simple. Yeah. So I'm able to get the alternate data in a forward order, in a forward direction. I'm able to get the data. So these are the only three parameters you have to control. And if you are able to control this parameter, you will be able to extract the data in a logical order. Okay. Now, so let's suppose someone is asking me a question that try to extract UHSN, reverse order, basically. Try to extract UHSN. Now, how I will be able to extract, guys? UHSN. First U, then H, then S, then N. This is how I have to extract. Yes. But what I should write over here? So here, can I say that variable name, okay, a starting point. Maybe I can give a starting point is equal to 8, right? A starting point is equal to 8. So at 8th position, U is available. End point. So end point should be what? So end point may be like this plus 1. So I can say like maybe 4. I can try to give. Now, will I be able to extract a data? Just execute. It is giving me blank, by the way. Any reason for this, guys? See, I am starting from 8, going till 4. Technically, it should have given me a data, right? But it is giving me blank string. It is not giving me error, by the way, but yeah, it is giving me a blank string. Any reason for this? Yeah. Now, this is where I will be talking about a positive and negative. I told you, right? It's a positive 1. By default, it's a positive 1 jump. And that is a reason. Let me prove that part. Yeah, it's very logical, and you don't have to stress again and again. So you will be able to understand automatically. Like this is how these concepts are, by the way. Yeah. So let me draw a scale over here. Let me pick some different color. Okay. Now let me draw a scale over here. Now at a scale, we have a 0, we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, and so on. We have 9. Fine. Then we have -1, then we have like a -2, then we have -3, then we have -4, and so on. Yeah. So we have this scale minus part and then like a plus part. What I have written over here, start from 8, go till 4. So start from 8. When I say start from 8, 8 is where? Positive 8, right? Positive 8 is here. Yeah. So start from 8 and go towards 4, means in this direction, right? Start from 8 and go towards this one, in this direction, in a negative scale direction. Can I say my arrow is in a negative direction? Yes. So basically you are saying that your data should move from 8 to 4, negative direction, towards a negative scale it should move, right? But I told you, right, even though if you are not going to mention, you are taking a jump of what? Actually positive 1. By default 1 will be available. Technically it's a positive 1, and there is a difference between positive and negative 1, right? So by default there is a positive 1. Yes. Means jump in which scale direction? Which direction? You are moving your data 8 to 4, moving in this direction. And can I say you are jumping into a positive direction, right? So you will be at 8 in a very first place, right? You will be at 8, and then 8, and then what will be the next step? What will be the next index? As per this logic, what will be the next index? 8 plus 1, can I say 9? So technically it's going to a ninth indexes, and there is no data at ninth indexes. So basically, just you can try to understand with respect to a scale or with respect to this addition operation. So 8 plus 1, you are here. Initially, you are here at 8th indexes. You are here basically, and then 8 plus 1. So you are trying to go to a ninth indexes, or you can try to like understand with respect to a scaling concept that you are moving in this direction, and your data is moving. Your data is trying to move in this direction, and you are trying to jump in this direction, and there is a direction conflict between a data movement and the jump that you are trying to take. And because of that, again, there is a blank. There is no data that you are able to receive. Or you can even like, for simplicity, you can try to understand even in this way, 8 plus 1. So technically 9. At ninth, we don't have any data, right? At ninth, we don't have any data. So because of that, we are not able to get those data. So what is a correction, or what is a inclusion that we have to do, guys? Yeah. So that I will be able to get a required data. See, I'm looking for UHSN. So what I should do, by the way, to get that data? Yes. Someone is saying jump of -2. Why -2? I mean, like 8 minus 2 is going to be 6. So from 8, it will try to go to 6th position. Yeah. Can I say that simply I can write -1, right? -1. Yeah. UHSN. UHSN. I think this was the data which we were looking for, right? Logic is simple. Go to 8, then jump. Jump means -1. So 8 minus 1, 7. So go to 7th position. Then 7 minus 1, go to 6th position. 6 minus 1, go to 5th position and bring the data. Same concept. It's not different, right? Jump. This is the meaning of jump, right? So like from like current index, where you have to go. So I'm just moving myself in a negative direction. That's it. I'm not doing anything actually. I'm just moving myself into a negative direction. That's it. This is the only thing which I'm trying to perform over here. Now let's suppose if I have to reverse the entire string, right? Colon -1. Entire string is reversed. No starting point, no end point. I have just given a direction. That okay. Negative direction. So colon -1, and automatically it is going to give me all the data into a reverse direction. Very simple, right? Very simple. So this is how indexing and slicing is going to work, by the way, in case of a string. Yeah, in case of a string, and I will be able to extract any kind of a data that I'm looking for. Now let's talk about a list over here. Yeah. So let's like create some sort of a list. So let's suppose this is my list. Yeah. This is my list. I have some data inside my list. Now, if I have to extract SUDH, yeah, if I have to extract SUDH, exact same concept will be applicable even over here. So by default, there will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Positive direction. Again, negative, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, -9, right? So if someone is asking me to extract SUDH, can I say I can extract it? Yes, everyone. Now someone is saying that just extract SU. Just extract SU out of it. Just extract SU, not SUDH, just extract SU. I can do it, I think, right? So how? Let's do it then. Very simple, right? So first of all, variable is L. And again, like open quotes, square bracket you have to use. So first of all, I'll try to extract SUDH. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at 5th index, we have basically SUDH. Fine, I'm able to extract SUDH. Technically, I have to extract only SU. So this is nothing but a string representation of this one, right? And I know that internally string will be having its own indexes. Yeah, again 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3 string will be having its own indexes, right? We have already understood the logic. So not an issue. Out of this data, again, I will write open and close square bracket. So start from 0, 0, 1, 2, go till 2, right? SU. Are we able to extract SU? That was a requirement. Yeah, that was technically a requirement. And we are able to extract SU only. Again, if we have a list inside a list, if we have to reverse a list, same thing. The logic that we have discussed with respect to a string, exactly without any changes. in case of indexing, in case of slicing, you all will be able to extract the data without any if and but, right? Now let's talk about tuples. So let's suppose we have a tuples over here, right? Let's suppose we have a tuples over here. Now, if I have to extract maybe some sort of a data from fifth indexes, yes, SUDH, I'm able to extract. Yeah, just like list, I'm able to do the same thing over here. So string, list, and tuples, in case of indexing, in case of slicing, it works in a exact same manner. There will be no differences. You are going to find out in a forward direction, in a reverse direction at all. As simple as that. Yeah, there won't be any kind of a differences, means literally there won't be any kind of a differences. You all are going to find out with respect to list, tuples, and string. Just indexing and slicing I'm talking about. Yeah, just these two concepts, indexing and a slicing operation, and you will be able to extract any kind of a data out of this one. Now let's suppose if I have a dictionary D, dictionary, and then like let's suppose I have some like a data inside this dictionary, right? This dictionary, right? If I have to extract a data out of dictionary, what I'm supposed to write? Can I say I can do a indexing slicing operation here? Zero index this one, and then first index this one. Can I say that? Can I make a statement? Okay, people are saying yes. Do it, guys, before saying yes. Yeah. So in case of dictionary, your indexing slicing is not going to work in the way it was working in case of a string list and tuples. So basically in case of dictionary, you have to give a key, and based on that, you will be able to extract the value. For example, D, if I have to extract names Sudhanshu, right? So I will give a key. So technically index was working as a key in case of a string list and tuples. Now here you have to give name and yeah, execute, you will be able to get the value, respective value. If you are going to give D of maybe a email over here, right? It is going to give your value. So give a key, you will be able to get a values. And there are many other manipulation I'm going to talk about with respect to a inbuilt functions. There are so many inbuilt function you will be able to find out in a dictionary. There are so many inbuilt function you all will be able to find out in case of a list and a string, right? So back to back, all inbuilt function I'm going to discuss with respect to string, list, tuple, dictionary, and set, all four and five. Over there we'll see a mutability concept, we'll see a dark deep copy, we'll talk about the swallow copy when we'll talk about those inbuilt functions basically. Yeah, let's suppose we have a set S, right? We have a set and we have like a couple of data over here. Now if I'm going to write set of like zero, is it going to work, by the way, guys? No. What is the reason? See, so what set does, so whenever you are going to provide a data, it is not going to keep your data at a particular indexes because it rearranges a data automatically. It is going to remove the duplicates, and during removal of the duplicates, so it is going to do the rearrangement. So there will not be any fixed indexes. So indexing is not going to work, and this is going to give you an error. That's the reason I told you indexing, slicing, string, list, tuple, three. Making sense? Unordered hota hai, that is true, and it is having its own meaning in terms of like unordered hota hai या नहीं होता है, but यहाँ पर इसका सिंपल सा मतलब ये अनऑर्डर्ड का मतलब है कि बेसिकली डेटा किसी भी ऑर्डर में रह सकता है. इट शुड नॉट बी असेंडिंग एंड डिसेंडिंग, एंड इट हैज नथिंग टू डू विद दिस वन. बाय द वे अनऑर्डर्ड होता है वाला अनऑर्डर मतलब असेंडिंग में नहीं रहेगा, डिसेंडिंग में नहीं रहेगा. दैट इज अ मीनिंग ऑफ दैट, राइट? यहाँ पर जो है कोई अरेंजमेंट ही नहीं है. देयर इज नो फिक्स अरेंजमेंट दैट यू हैव गिवन, राइट? बिकॉज सेट इज ट्राइंग टू रीअरेंज योर एंटायर डेटा सेट. So there is no fixed indexes, and if there is no fixed indexes, how you can do indexing slicing operation? Yeah. How to fetch data from a set? We'll talk about it. Run the loop, you will be able to fetch the data. There are so many other ways we are going to talk about. It's again like very easy to fetch a data from any entities. Making sense to all of us? Yeah. So shall we discuss more or like shall we take a doubt now? Yes, guys. Shall we discuss more concept with respect to string, list, tuples, or shall we like start taking a doubts for today? because I know like today it's like maybe for some of us it will be like too much because it's your first technical class, right? So till last class we were just doing an installation. So I don't want to overburden any one of you. So I just want you to go home, like you are already at home. So sit with yourself for like a couple of hours and then try to digest all of these things. Try to practice all of these things once again. Yeah, try to practice, because again I'm going to do a round of discussion on string, on list, on tuples, on dictionary. So at least two or three more round we have to discuss just with respect to string, list, and dictionary, set, and tuples. So one round I'll be talking about function, inbuilt function. Another round, if else kind of a things, right? So means writing a conditions with respect to all of this and then extracting a data. Another round doing a loop with respect to a string, list, tuple, set, dictionary, everything. Then I will say, so my like a loop concept is clear, my string concept is clear, my list, my tuples, my dictionary concept is clear. So I will do almost three rounds. Yeah, three rounds on same thing. And by that time, by that round, so I think your list, string, tuples, dictionary, set, all will be on your fingertips. Everything will be on your fingertips. Even if you want to forget those things, you will not be able to forget those things. Yeah. उप्स कवर करेंगे क्या सर? यार जाकर सिलेबस देख लो, जो सिलेबस में लिखा हुआ है वो कवर करेंगे, अगर वहां पर लिखा हुआ है तो यस, अगर वहां पर नहीं लिखा हुआ है तो बिल्कुल नहीं करेंगे, राइट? क्योंकि बहुत सारे बैचेस चल रहे हैं ऑब्वियसली। तो सिलेबस चेक कर लो, जो सिलेबस में है वही होगा, अगर नहीं है तो नहीं होगा। फाइन एवरीवन? या, will you give assignment also? Yeah, so I'm going to give assignment which you have to do. So assignment will be uploaded inside your dashboard. I'll ping you inside a group by the time I'm going to upload a recording. So just try to digest this entire concept first of all, and I'm going to give you a couple of assignments with respect to all the concept which I have discussed. Like maybe some of those assignments you have to like solve it by doing some sort of Google search or maybe GPT search. You can try to take a help from Yuri, but try to understand the core concept all the time. Never copy and paste a code blindly, at least at this stage, right? At this stage, after some time it's okay, we all do that, but not like now. So hope all is clear, right guys? Yeah. So I believe all of you are able to understand all this concept. We have not discussed much, we have discussed just a basic one. And this Jupyter notebook will be available inside your dashboard so that you can download it any point of a time. So once I'm going to upload the recording, so along with the recording, this will be available. Yeah, fine. So now those who is having any kind of a question, please be here. And those who don't have a question, so you can drop off. So you can raise your hand if you have any kind of a question. And if you don't have a question, still you wanted to be here, be here. And if you would like to drop, so you can drop it. I'm not going to discuss any new concept. Okay, so Aditi, go ahead with the question. Rajkumar, go ahead with the question. Yeah.
Hello,
So yeah,
Sudhanshu.
raise hand, guys. If you have any kind of a question, you must be able to see a raise hand option in a bottom of your like a Zoom screen. Yeah, Aditi, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Sudhanshu. My question is with respect to
Hmm.
indexing and slicing.
Okay.
The string that we used was your name, and it was just 9 characters. It's small, but what if it's a long string? Do we
Okay.
have to calculate characters in that case? I mean, is it even feasible?
No, not at all. It's not feasible. So let me show you that part as you have asked me this question. So let's suppose if I'm writing that, let's suppose I have a string and inside a string, it's written my, then a space, name is Ranshu Kumar, right? Now this is the string. Now someone is asking me that try to extract K. Yeah, try to extract
Yes.
K. And again, so there is a possibility that the length of this character can be thousands also, maybe 10,000s, right? And if someone is asking me to extract this K, so the question is how will I be able to extract, right?
Yes.
There is something called as enumeration, basically. So enumeration is going to help you out in terms of knowing the indexes of your particular character. Part number one. This is how I will be able to extract. Part number two, I can write a condition over here. So I can go through a loop. I can write a condition that just go through all the strings and try to find out how many k's are here, because there could be there is a possibility that there will be a multiple k in multiple places, right? So how many k's are there? So it is going to give you an index of all the k's. You can try to print it manually, by the way. So you are going to print it, and then whatever k you would like to extract, just write that indexes, you will be able to extract. So this is how we try to do it, and which is something which I'm going to teach you in your upcoming class, like I said. So we are going to go with the 3-4 round. One round, inbuilt function. Another round, conditions. So this is what I was talking about, conditions. Another round, looping, basically. So how to go through this one automatically. System will go through it. I'm not going to write, or I'm not going to, write it by pen that, okay, start from index 0, then
Hmm.
1, then 2, then 3, right? So that work will be done by basically a looping, for loop and while loop. Making sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So yeah.
I'm sorry, but just a question. Is this concept ever used when we actually do like programming, when we build
Ex-
applications?
See, so let's suppose if I'm trying to say something, if I'm trying to phrase some sentences, unknowingly, can I say
Hmm.
that I'm using A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, everything?
Unknowingly, I'm sorry, I
Basically,
didn't catch your
okay,
question.
so basically, me and you are trying to do some conversation, right? So me and you are talking
Yeah.
about basically this concept of indexing and slicing. Yeah. And we're
Right.
trying to break this conversation in an English language. Yes.
Hmm.
In a English
Yes.
language. And unknowingly,
Yes.
can I say that I'm using all the alphabet A to Z.
Yes.
This is what we do with the
Yes.
programming, right? So, and that's see, I can start just with the function. I can start just with the I can start writing a function. I can start writing a for loops, right? I can start writing just a classes and objects. And technically, we are going to write everything in terms of classes, object. We are going to write everything in terms of functions and everything, right? So we are not going to,
Yeah.
take a string, and then we are not going to even do a is equal to 10. Today I have started with a is equal to 10, which is nothing, and most probably we are not going to even create such kind of a variable at any point of a time, right? So we are going to fetch the data, and then we are going to store a data into a variable. But when I have to start, I have started with what? A very simple one, right? A is equal to 10 statement, right? So that you
Mm-hmm.
will be able to understand. I have started with indexing concept. Without explaining your indexing, if I'll start explaining you for loop, you will not be able to understand. It's just like me and you are trying to do some sort of a conversation in English, but unknowingly the building block is a characters A, B, C, D, E, F, and then on top of that the building block is a relation. Technically, it's a grammar,
I see. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So basically, we
All
are
right.
trying to understand those A, B, C, D building block, and we are trying to understand a relation. Technically, it's a grammar. We are trying to understand with respect to programming language. So it is important actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Next
Sir,
one, Rajkumar.
I'm
Just
sir
yeah.
on
Go ahead.
VS page. I'm unable to get this coding section that you are doing.
Okay. Have you? I think you have joined last class, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Sir, application is installed, but that page is not coming where you are writing all this 1 + 1
this
and
page
all
will not
doing.
come, ma'am. This page will not come automatically. You have to create a file. I have created a file with the extension
Yes, sir.
IPYN,
I have created.
IPYNB, dot IPYNB. This is what we have done multiple times in my last class. You can share your screen. Maybe I can help you out. Yeah. So
Okay.
you can share your screen. Let me check. I'll do it. Yeah. Promoting as a panelist. Join as a panelist. Yeah. Ganesh, go ahead with the question.
Yeah, so different data type we are defining in this
Hmm.
Python.
Hmm.
So how much byte it's consume? What kind of data? How much byte it will consume?
Depends. So you can try to check the manual of Python. So how much bytes integer is going to consume, how much byte string is going to consume, how much byte float is going to consume. You will be able to find out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And basically, when I talk about the list, it's a combination of what? Primitive data,
yeah.
integer, string, float, all those things. So then eventually you will be able to calculate even that, how much byte is consuming. Because with respect to different programming language, it's a different bytes. So in Java, it's having different because it is having a different compiler structure, and then in Python it's different. But yeah, it's
So
already mentioned everywhere in documentation.
so in Python it will be fixed, right? Because we are not specifying integer and string. Automatically it's
It,
converting.
it will be fixed all the time. We are not defining it, but still system is able to recognize because Python is having a feature of self-typing, right?
Yeah.
Always fixed, because even though you are not defining it, but Python compiler is defining it for you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I think Rajkumar, you are sharing your screen, right?
Yes, sir.
I can't see your screen, by the way. So where is your screen?
Here.
Just share once again.
Done.
Not able to see. Just click on. Okay. Now I think it's appearing. Okay. So you have not basically created a file, by the way. Okay. Just give me a remote control. Give me a control.
So,
Just approve the control.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Done.
Yeah, so fine. You can go here, you can create a new file. So let's suppose I'm giving a name, or new file is equal to test, and then IPYNB, and then
Oh.
hit enter. Now this file is created, and then I'm going to detect a kernel. So whatever Python installation that I have, so it is detecting. So this is the Python installation that you have done in last class, right? And now I'll click on this code. I can start writing a code, 1+1, or whatever I want, I can just write it.
Oh,
Now
I
it's
missed
working.
this point.
Yeah, so I have already talked about that in the last class. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Sorry, sir. I
No,
forgot.
not an issue. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Fixed, right? Issue fixed?
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, fine. Now you can do a coding. Yeah. Okay, FIFA, go ahead with the question.
Okay. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
If there is a list of different types of entities like complex, real number,
Yeah.
imaginary number, and
Hmm.
different types of sets, and
Yeah,
we have to separate a complex number, for
sure.
example,
Hmm.
how
Hmm.
can we do that?
We'll run the for loop, and then we'll write the condition if. So if type is equal to complex, then do this. Type is equal to string, then do this. That is something which I told you, right? So if else a statement, for loop statement, next class, next Saturday
Okay.
itself. So you have to just have to wait till next week, and it will be clear, and we all will be able to filter out all the data. Means basically today we talked about basic structure, and then we talked about indexing and slicing. Next Saturday and Sunday we are going to focus on a parsing operation. Parsing means any kind of a data, whatever comes in my mind, right? With respect to whatever kind of a data, I can parse it, I can extract it in my way.
Okay.
Yeah, that will come in the next class.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, Kalpesh, go to the question.
Hello, sir. Actually, today we have discussed about indexing and everything.
Yeah.
I was trying to reverse it. Suppose
Okay.
my name is Kalpesh and I was trying to reverse it. So
Hmm.
what I did is, suppose K is equal to, and I have written 8 hyphen that comma, sorry, what to say, sir?
Colon.
Column,
Yeah,
and then
colon. Yeah. Yeah.
colon, then one, and I wrote colon -1.
Hmm.
Then I did it. I
Hmm.
just shift enter. I did
That's
shift
fine.
enter.
Yeah, it will work. Yeah.
But
Maybe
no, the
it has
K
missed the
is
one
missing.
character.
Sir, K is missing, and I was
Yeah,
trying
basically.
to do permutation combination to
Yeah,
just
the first character will be missing, because when it comes to a first character, your order goes in a different direction. So it is trying to stop itself. So let's suppose I have written 8, and then like 7, then 9, and then this, and so on. If I'm trying to bring, I told you, right? So upper bound. Now, what is the upper bound that you have given?
upper bound is 8.
No. That is a lower bound. Whatever
Okay.
you are writing in a first place, that is, so basically it's been defined based on the place. If I have written 8, means start from 8 in a
Huh.
reverse order. So my lower bound, my starting point is going to be my lower bound, let's say. Yeah. So that is my 8. What is my upper
8.
bound?
0.
So yeah, till what place we are going, right? So upper bound minus 1. You are moving in minus direction, right?
Yes, right.
So let me show you the calculation, by the way, and that's the reason. So it is missing out your like one of the string. So see, you have written basically, uh, let's suppose you have a string. You are starting from 8, then going till 0. You have written -1. Okay, fine. Now this is my, let's suppose, a lower bound, a starting point. I will say a starting point over here. I will say this as a end point, right? Now, can I say that,
Right.
and can I say that I have already made a statement that end point -1. whenever you are writing end point, so it will try to bring a data till which point? Can I say end point -1?
Yeah.
This is what
Till
we have
end
discussed,
point.
right? Yes, true?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Now try to understand this part. So here we have Kalpesh. Tell me a spelling. K
KALPESH.
PESH. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have given 8 then. Okay, fine. So even in case of a 6, it is going to work. Okay, it's fine. So let's suppose it is starting from here, right? So 6 minus 1. Minus 1 means this minus, right? So 5. Then 5 minus 1, 4. 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 minus 1, 1. Now it will come here, right? Now focus here. So it will come to this particular point. Now 1 minus 1. Yeah, 1 minus 1. So 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So it
0.
is supposed to fetch a data from 0th position. Agree? Which is K, right?
K.
But what slicing says? Slicing says that whatever upper bound or whatever end point that you have given, it will try to fetch data -1 from there. Agree? Agree? So my end point is what? 0, right? 0 minus -1. -1. So what is this number? 1. It will be able to
1.
fetch a data only till which point?
1, which is 8.
Which is basically A. So that's the reason. So this says that, okay, I should go ahead with this one. I should even go ahead further, right? 0 minus 1. So -1, right? I should go ahead with -1. It will keep on going. But who is stopping it? Can I say this jump is stopping it? Right? And this upper bound is trying to stop it. Jump will keep on jumping. That's completely fine. But my upper bound or my end point is going to stop it. And end point logic simply says that no, end point -1. Only till that point I'm going to allow you to extract the data.
Correct.
Right, and
Correct.
that is the reason you are not able to get K. If you are going to mention something like a -1 over here, right, which is going to like give a 0th indexes in that case, or maybe you can just try to leave it blank so that it will be able to take it automatically.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is the boundary. 0 is the boundary, and we can't surpass it.
So 0 minus till 0 minus 1 minus 1. So till 0 minus -1. Till that point only it will be able to give a data if you are writing this, because it will always give a data upper bound -1. A simple plain logic which I have explained.
Okay.
Right. So when I was talking about this one, right, SUDHANSHU. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I simply told you, right? Let's suppose this is my string stored inside a variable t. So t start from 0 and then give, let's suppose 4. Till which point I will be able to get the data?
Till the third part.
Till the third
Fourth
part,
is
right?
the-
Fourth is
Fourth is the limit.
upper bound 4 minus. So what is the jump? So jump is by default positive 1, right?
-1.
No,
1,
no,
1,
no.
1.
Jump is positive 1, right?
Positive 1.
So 4 minus jump. Technically, only till third point I will be able to get the
Third.
data,
Okay.
right? Now, in your case, in case of a Kalpesh, when you are doing a reverse operation, so what is your upper bound? 0. Minus,
0.
what is the jump?
-1.
So till only 1 you will be able to get the data. That's the logic.
1, 1, 1. So we can't we can't have this in practical world. It won't be necessary, right? मतलब
No,
ऐसे practically कभी होता नहीं ना, मतलब in
क्यों नहीं होता?
practical world.
नहीं, पाइथन यूज करोगे तो ऐसा ही होता है पाइथन में.
No,
पाइथन में आपको हमेशा मिलेगा.
I mean, is there any method to include everything? जैसे
हाँ, so है ना वहां पर आप सिंपल सा इसको बोल दो ना कि आप कॉलम कॉलम ले लो, राइट? या फिर आपने यहाँ पर स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट दे दिया, एंड पॉइंट आपने दिया ही नहीं, तो वो क्या करेगा? अपने आप एंड पॉइंट -1 ले लेता है.
Can you show it how it's done?
कुछ नहीं करना है यहाँ पर. लेट्स सपोज कि हम यहाँ पर स्ट्रिंग लिखे और आपका नाम हमने लिख दिया KLPESH, राइट? कल्पेश. अब एस से मेरे को निकालना है, तो लेट्स सपोज कि हम 6 से स्टार्ट करेंगे, विच इज द लास्ट इंडेक्स टेक्निकली. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. ओके. एंड देन आई एम नॉट गिविंग लाइक अ एंड पॉइंट, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग लीविंग इट एज अ ब्लैंक. फाइन.
Okay.
आगे
If I'm not giving any end point, then it will
अपने आप ले लेगा. हाँ,
अपने आप हो जाएगा. Okay,
Exactly.
okay, got it.
ठीक है. हम यहाँ पर जब रिवर्स कर रहे हैं ना, तो हमको देने की जरूरत है, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट भी नहीं है, वो अपने आप ले लेगा. सी, इवन इफ आई एम गोइंग टू रिमूव दिस 6, राइट, कॉलन -1, अभी ले लिया ये अपने आप. स्टार्टिंग भी ले लिया, एंड भी ले लिया, क्योंकि ये -1 से समझ गया कि हमको रिवर्स करना है पूरा ही डेटा.
अच्छा, बाउंड्री दोगे ही नहीं तो अपने आप वो पूरा कर लेगा.
-1 अगर हमने दे दिया ना, तो -1 का मतलब ही हो गया कि वो समझ रहा है कि उसको रिवर्स ही करना है.
हाँ जी.
दिस इज बेसिकली शॉर्ट हैंड बेसिकली. ठीक है. समझ में आ गया कैसे निकालेंगे?
Yes.
है ना, ऐसे कर लेंगे. बट हाँ, लॉजिक समझ में आ गया होगा कि आपको क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है मेरे ख्याल से, राइट? व्हाई यू आर
हाँ
नॉट.
जी. लॉजिक से वो समझा था, बट
हाँ.
ओनली आई वाज नॉट गेटिंग व्हाट आई एम डूइंग. आई डिड different method also, but I was not getting it.
हाँ नहीं, ऐसे ऐसे हो जाएगा, ऐसे आपको मिल रहा है डेटा, ठीक है।
Okay.
हम्म
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Okay, next, Rahul, go ahead.
Sir, my question is a list and tuple itself and data type, or it's a collection of a data type?
Basically, it's a data type. It's been defined as a data type. Class के अंदर define वैसे किया गया है. It's also called as collection, basically.
Oh,
So
okay.
देखो इसमें क्या होता है ना, देर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज प्रिमिटिव डेटा टाइप। प्रिमिटिव डेटा टाइप के अंदर जो है वो आपका आता है स्ट्रिंग, लिस्ट, सॉरी स्ट्रिंग आता है, इंटीजर आता है, फ्लोट आता है, बुलियन आता है। ये सारे के सारे प्रिमिटिव, मतलब बेसिक डेटा टाइप बोल सकते हो। प्रिमिटिव का मतलब वही होता है, ठीक है। एंड देन देर इज समथिंग कॉल्ड एज कलेक्शन काइंड ऑफ डेटा टाइप, जहां पर आपका और डेटा स्ट्रक्चर मोर प्रिसाइजली यू कैन से, क्योंकि जनरली लोग लिस्ट जब बात करते हैं तो दे थिंक अबाउट अ डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, कि अच्छा वो जो सी में पढ़े थे, वो सी प्लस में से पढ़े थे, उस टाइप का डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, राइट। यू कैन से कि इट्स आल्सो अ डेटा टाइप एज अ कलेक्शन डेटा टाइप। लिस्ट हो गया, टुपल हो गया, देन लाइक सेट हो गया, एंड देन डिक्शनरी हो गया।
Okay, it's a collection of data type, collection
Yeah,
data type.
collection
So,
data type,
oh,
yes.
okay. Thank
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Afifa, please go ahead once
Yeah.
again.
Is there a shortcut to add a new code line, or
New
we
code
have to
line.
go at the top only?
I think there is a place where you can go and you can try to customize your entire like a shortcut for a Jupyter notebook somewhere in a setting. Yeah, so customize, and there is a shorthand that you can try to include. I simply do this enter, and by default it will create a new one. See, this is the shorthand.
No,
Shift
it's not
enter.
happening in my on my side.
No, ma'am, it will always happen. Shift enter or control enter. See, it's happening.
Shift
Shift enter.
enter and control enter.
Shift enter or control enter, anything, any of this. Shift enter, control enter, it will create the new shell automatically. Yeah.
Okay. If
Yeah.
we no for running the code we press control enter, and
Yeah,
then
and same
again
will
we
same
have
will
to.
same will same will create the immediate new cell, by the way.
Okay.
Same will create the immediate new shell. See, it's creating for me, right? Enter, enter, enter. See, it is creating. Yeah. I always use this shorthand, by the way, in my case.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, sir, is my head not human? Okay, is it? Oh, I was not aware about it. Fine, got it. That's amazing. So you're learning Python since a very young age, and I think it's good. Everyone should learn it, I would say. Yeah, everyone should learn it. That's amazing to involve like him. Okay, so fine, everyone. Hope all of you have enjoyed. All of you have learned something, maybe little, but yeah. Uh, we are at least able to start our Python programming. So I believe agenda is clear for next week. So we'll go ahead with the multiple iteration of a string, list, tuple, dictionary, all of these things. So like I said, like 3-4 iteration I'm going to do with respect to if else, with respect to a for loop, with respect to a inbuilt function. And if you are going to practice with me, if you're going to participate with me, believe me, like I said, even if you want to forget these things in your life, you will not be able to do that. Yeah. This is how simple things are. So just join the class on time and do all the exercises which I'm going to give you. Rest is just, practice. Okay. Rakesh is asking a question. Yeah, Rakesh, please go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Hi sir. I just wanted to know that whether you are going for all the entire Python in this course, or because you have
No,
already uploaded all the courses, so that's why I'm.
no. So that was uploaded for like someone who would like to like go in a fast track mode. But
Right.
as per the syllabus, simple, I used to follow the syllabus for any batches. So if in this batch, if I have mentioned something in a syllabus, that will be discussed. If I have not mentioned, then simply I used to write prerequisite.
Okay.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
something I have mentioned, that will be discussed in a live itself.
I think it will take a 5 to 6 months approx.
No, 3 months max to max. Not
Okay.
5 to 6 months. Max to max 3 months, including projects and deployment.
Okay, sir. Then I'm
Yeah.
going to follow all these courses because see,
Very, yeah.
I think that only because you have already uploaded the Python, so that's why I just think that you are just going for starting 2 to 3 classes for the Python, and then you can go for the.
Mostly in 4 week, we will cover the whole Python concept. Believe me.
Okay.
4 week only, right? So 4 week
Sir.
Python, 4 week, you can say a core machine learning, and then like the rest of the 4 weeks doing a deployment learning ML ops. I have put some sort of a DL concept as well. So plus minus delta, you can say. Maybe sometime I'll take a leave in between. Obviously, I like a couple of Saturday and Sunday I will be off. I mean, I'll notify about it, right?
Right.
So plus minus like delta 3 month, you can say 3.5 months. So we are going to like complete the whole syllabus.
Okay, okay, so thank you, thank you.
Because I know if like I'm like going to extend a syllabus for 5 to 6 months, right? So people generally start losing the interest because I know it's very difficult to join every Saturday Sunday. Because see, as a teacher, obviously I have a duty, right? So I'll keep on launching a batches, I'll keep on teaching people, which I do regular basis. But I do understand that for students it's difficult to come and join the classes in a disciplined manner for a very long time. So I'll not take that much of time. I'll try to cover a syllabus in such a way that we all will be able to discuss all the concept. We will be able to learn. We will be able to practice as soon as possible so that you can start creating your resume and you can start applying for the job, because I do understand the urgency of it.
Right, right, sir. And one more thing, sir, that you have told me that just remind me in between within 1 to 2 weeks that for the two projects I have told
Oh,
you that
WhatsApp. Just WhatsApp me, because I used to
okay,
discuss
okay,
so many things with the people, right? So
okay.
I remember. I even
Refinery and for the
Hmm.
aviation, right, right.
Refining and aviation. You told me, right? I have already taken a note of it.
Yes, 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 sir.
So, but yeah, I have to like I don't do this work. So basically, I have to like pass this through my team. So just ping me on a WhatsApp so that it will work as a reminder for me, and I'll just pass it on to my forward your message to my team, and they will do it.
Okay. No, sir. And it's good to us if you will include this project in this course by the end
Uh,
of the.
Course
Uh,
wise, it will be difficult because thing is
okay,
like
no, no
I have
issue, no issue.
already, yeah, I have already
Okay.
included a project, right? So anyhow, if I'll not discuss that project, then people will start like complaining to me that you
Correct,
have
correct.
mentioned, and then so first whatever I have mentioned, I have to cover that part.
Okay, sir.
But
Okay,
believe
thank you.
me, like that is more than enough. This is the reason I have created a syllabus in such a way that you will be able to build anything means anything. Right? I never like go in a specific like a domain or expertise. I always try to teach and cover things in such a way that you will be in a situation to build something on your own without even my help.
Yes, sir. And I'll definitely I'll do this one because I have approximately 15 years of experience, and that's why I'm just worry about that how I can prove my
Just
experience.
just be with me for 3 months in a live. Yeah, only 3 months, not fourth one. Just 3 months. And whatever assignment I'm giving you, just do it blindly. Even though if it is like I know with a like for 15 year like experienced person, no one is going to ask you about these things that I have discussed today,
Right,
right? But yeah, so this is a path.
right.
So I think we should like cover it. Like I have given an example. So we all are able to talk in some languages, English or Hindi or something, right? But the building block is Kakha Kaka or ABCD and then grammar.
Yes, 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 sir. And even in between, I'm going through the system design course as well.
Okay. So Anjali Sil is a very good mentor, by the way. She is from Microsoft.
Okay, yes,
Yeah, she's a very good mentor if you are going
yes.
through system design. Okay, fine. Rahul, what is your question? Yeah, Rahul, am I audible to you?
So my question is, whatsoever we learn today, I will revise in just 1 day, maximum in 2 days. So what to
Don't
do?
give this much of time. Don't take this much of a stress. I'll give you assignment. Just try to complete the assignment. Revision will be done.
And
Simple.
so to what to do the whole week?
What will be the
When I mean to say what I can do whole week, to Monday
as
to
of now,
Friday.
see, sometimes you have to enjoy life, right? Don't
Yes.
take much of pressure. Just try to be a disciplined person that okay, per day I'm going to spend half an hour, 1 hour max to max. I don't have to take attention for 24/7, right? I mean, like we never like actually do that much kind of a work. So just enjoy a life, but by maintaining a discipline. That okay, 1 hour means doesn't matter whether it's a festive season, whether there is a like my friends are calling for a party or something. I will sit for this 1 hour, and after this 1 hour, I will do rest of the work. Just maintain this discipline. That is the only thing which is required because it always compounds, right? सो ज्यादा टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं है राहुल भाई. इट्स ओके, चिल. ठीक है, अभी
Okay,
शुरू
sir.
में तो और ज्यादा, क्योंकि जब प्रोजेक्ट देना शुरू करेंगे, जब डिप्लॉयमेंट देना शुरू करेंगे ना आप लोगों को, तो देन यू विल बी हैविंग अ वर्क फॉर होल वीक, क्या 2-3 वीक लग जाएगा वो काम करने में, 1 वीक का काम।
Okay.
ठीक है,
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
अभी तो
Okay.
बेसिक स्टार्ट किया, अभी क्या ही ज्यादा टेंशन लेना है।
Okay, sir.
ठीक है,
Okay, sir.
जस्ट
Okay.
वेट फॉर
Thank you,
टू
sir.
थ्री हाँ 2-3 वीक के बाद नहीं रहेगा ये सिचुएशन।
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
हाँ मौसम बदल जाएगा उस समय पे।
Thank you, sir.
ओके, यस वेंकट प्लीज गो अहेड।
Sir, can we expect system design course from Anjali madam? Live session, I'm asking.
A live session, we'll have to check with her because again she is like pretty much busy, and I think recently she got married, so again they
Oh,
have their own plan and many things, right? So I have requested her to create a system design courses because she has done that for me like even before.
if it's
uh,
possible to live session means we can interact with her, right?
yes, obviously, like this is the meaning of live session. Maybe we'll find out some other mentor. Yeah,
Yes, yes, sir.
we'll see in future. I'm not giving a commitment by the way, but yeah, we'll check.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
yeah. Okay, so fine, guys, everyone. Thank you so much. Take care and see you again, same time next Saturday, 7 p.m. IST. Take care, guys. Till then.